In a national survey, the Knot found that on average, a wedding will cost around $28,000 for couples who got married in 2021.
And good news, people are paying even more than that today. Thank you, inflation. Fox 43's Danielle Miller joins us this morning to talk more about National Wedding Month and all of the good news that has to come with what you got to pay for.
Yeah, I think that was my biggest shock when I started wedding planning is we set a budget and it's grown a couple of times since we started reaching out to vendors. So I did some digging to find some of the places where you can save a couple extra bucks, but where you should also splurge.
Post-engagement wedding bells often turn to a different sound when you begin wedding planning. So where can you save and where should you splurge? Obviously, each couple is different, but wedding planner Tori Allensworth does have some suggestions. My first topic for her, food.
I would say food is worth the splurge. People remember what they ate, especially if it was really good.
Catering is likely going to be your biggest expense after your venue, with a national average of $75 per person, according to the Knot. But what about dessert?
I would say save. Traditional wedding cakes are kind of phasing out, so you could definitely go with a couple's cake just for you to cut.
A sheet cake will do the trick for your guests who will never know the difference. Next up, photography, which can range anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 or more.
I would say splurge. Photos are what you have for the rest of your life. So I would say if you have a vision, a style in mind, splurge on that.
Another aspect of weddings to consider is your florals, which can widely vary in price depending on what you want.
Obviously, I am wildly biased, but I definitely think it is a splurge.
Nadine Clay owns Lancaster Flower Company. She loves to design a floral recipe for every couple and wedding she works.
The best weddings turn out when the client trusts you. We do this for a living, so we know what works and doesn't work. And as long as the client is open to it and won't nitpick everything, we can create something that they wouldn't even thought of in their own mind or on Pinterest.
If flowers aren't as important for you and your partner, Clay understands that your budget might be lower, and she's more than willing to help the DIYers save.
We allow clients to purchase DIY bunches from us and create them themselves.
Though she cautions that DIY florals can be a lot of work. Another thing you can DIY to save some money includes designing your invitation suite. Couples can also consider making their invitations electronic.
Save on this. Electronic invitations are becoming very popular. It also simplifies and streamlines the process. You can receive all your RSVPs and your menu selection through that electronic invitation.
Both Allensworth and Clay emphasize that couples should prioritize spending money on the things that are most important to them. After all, wedding day is about the marriage, not the party. Danielle Miller, Fox 43 News.
I think one of the biggest tips I learned was to get a Costco membership because you can get sheet cake, you can get flowers, you can get printing deals. It's almost like a one-stop shop.
I was shocked when I was getting married. I did not anticipate how much time I would end up spending at Staples in the week leading up to my wedding. That
All
was
the
one of
printing.
the, just because at that point you're like,
Signage, everything.
and you're trying to save money on the cheapest thing that you can get. So,
Yeah.
I like the Evites. Well, you're saying they're not really Evites.
You send the card with a little
E-response.
QR
The
code.
yeah.
It's good
I can
tips.
save some money.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Next week, we're going to talk about some cool venues that you could explore if you're getting married here. So stay tuned for
and
that.
how do you feel about all of this? How are you feeling about the whole planning
Overwhelmed.
situation? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but we're going to get through it and we're having fun while we do it.